said these ladies can't get it. You know how they get it. They come on the scene and we say,
Divas, divas, divas. I like the way you walking, divas, divas, divas. I like the way you talking, divas, divas, divas. I like the way you blocking, divas, divas, divas.
we got the diva doses, doses, doses. 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 We got the diva doses.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to the DDP show. Here where nothing's off topic because everything is what? Definitely up for discussion. I'm one of your gracious, amazing co-hosts, Charnita, or just simply Nita, and I'll go around the room and introduce these other ladies on the panel.
Hey, I'm Renee.
And I'm peaches with no cream, but baby, y'all know I got all that tea.
What's up? It's your girl, Mee Mee.
Alrighty, and before we jump right into tonight's topic, we're going to bow our head and say a short prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we humbly come to you, thanking you for traveling grace to and from our destination. And we ask that you bless this union of 4 voices, 4 mics in one space. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen.
All right, so tonight's topic is none other than ending Section 8. What you think about it, Peaches?
Wait a minute. Flag on the play
Go get
already.
What?
Flag on the play already.
Why
Can
is
you
it a-
elaborate on that? I'm
Well,
talking to
shit,
Nita.
I think she elaborated. The
Ending
ending of Section 8. They know what's going on. Trump say if you've been on Section 8 for 2 years, goodbye. Deuce. So you've been on Section 8 since you was 25 and you 40 years old and there's no disabilities. You can go find you a job and find you and your children
What
a
if they have a
place to
what if they have a
live.
criminal background?
Well, I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Can you have a criminal background?
I don't think you can have.
I don't even think you have a criminal background to even get on Section 8. So
I don't
let's
think
talk
you
about
can.
it.
But what if you are already on Section 8 and then you got a criminal background?
Well,
Then they
hey,
check
then
it?
you shouldn't have been
They
doing
probably
what you was
kick you
doing.
off.
Yeah, I think
But
they kick you
do
off.
they
don't
verify it like annually?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know
Nita?
if they verify.
What you know? You been on Section 8 before. Tell the people how it go.
I grew up on Section 8.
Okay.
It's better than being, kicked out of apartments because I
Well,
can't afford my rent.
tell
But
her how
I've
it
been on
go.
Section 8, though.
Nah, you ain't on Section 8 no more, but you've been on Section 8 before.
I have.
Absolutely. So
Peaches.
tell the,
Come in
Go.
I'm asking her to tell it how it
You
go.
sure drilling it in right now, though.
She know.
Cause you know
My
what?
God.
Cause you know we all needed a helping hand at some point. So were you never on government assistance?
Never.
Ever.
Not on Medicaid, not
Ever.
on anything.
Ever.
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 You just had a dope man.
Ever.
You had a dope man, so you need it.
Call it what you
She
want to call
probably
it,
was
boo.
always struggling to pay the rent.
No, baby.
My
We never struggled,
goodness.
boo. I ain't
Oh,
never
my,
been
my,
with no
my.
sorry man that I had to struggle. I ain't never had no eviction notice, no cutoff
My
notice,
God.
no water getting cut off, and I ain't never took no cold bath, baby. Now.
I
And
took a
I've
cold bath.
well, that's
I
on
took
you.
a cold bath in
I've
Honduras.
always worked all the way. Yes, I have.
So do you? Okay, wait. So you making it seem like it's a stigma for people? You generalizing saying everybody that's on.
I didn't
Section
say
8.
everybody. I did not say everybody because let
Well,
me
you
tell you
kinda
who I
listing-
feel like Section 8 for people to me are the elderly because they only make a certain amount of money and they on Social Security. So I do not agree with that being taken away from them because I believe that they should be warranted something. I'm talking about these chicks that have no kind of disability that are very well in their means to go to work because they having beauty shops out their goddamn house and they paying $10 rent. Sugar, I know how much money you're making. For every head, you're making $300 to $500 and you're doing
But you
5 heads a
generalizing,
day.
Peaches.
I ain't generalizing.
You are. Everybody don't do hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody don't do
well,
nails.
you're able working body. How about that one?
Well, what about the ones that do go to work?
Go to work.
Yeah, you have some people that are on
Oh,
Section
you
8, but
saying
they
that
work.
they on Section 8 and they pay a certain amount of money. Ain't nothing wrong
Well,
with that.
let me ask a
because there are apartments that go on your income.
That's what I'm asking. Is that Section 8? If
I don't think that's
based-
Section 8. Nita, is that Section 8?
That's income based.
Okay, then that's
So it's
Section
not.
8.
It's not Section 8.
We're
then,
talking
I
right?
about
like how
Section
you
8.
keep referring it back to me.
Well,
yes,
because-
I grew up on Section 8, for one. For two, I'm never ashamed of Section 8. For three, it taught me good general principles of life, of going into life. I mean...
And when they took it away, how did you feel?
Oh, my
Not
God.
at all.
mean? When
She
they
didn't
took it
feel no
away?
kind of way because
What
you
do
want to know why my cousin
You
didn't feel no
outgrew
kind of
it.
way?
You
Because she
outgrew
outgrew it, baby, and she had her own money to
But
make.
I'm saying I grew up on it. It was fun for me to grow up on Section 8 because I was able to, play with my cousins and we... I mean, I
I'm talking about
loved
you.
it.
I ain't talking about
I
your
loved
mama.
it.
I'm talking about
I loved
you.
it.
I'm
I
talking about
loved it.
you.
Did we? Oftentimes we didn't have, we didn't have much, but we had enough.
Exactly.
I loved it. I mean, I wouldn't change anything about me growing up on Section
I'm
8.
not talking about you growing up on it. I'm talking about you being on it. Like you being
So-
on it,
so
meaning
let me-
you
so-
receiving it, Nita. That's what I'm talking about. You receiving it. Because I remember it, and when it came a time in your life where you was making the money that you make, now you own a house. She's a homeowner. Now she got her own business. She could have pretended to continue to play the system like she ain't had none of this going on and still paying $10
But
rent.
Peaches, everybody don't play
Right.
the system.
If you on Section 8 from the time you graduated high school all the way up until you 40,
long time to be
and
on
you
Section 8.
that's all I'm saying, because I know some people that's been on it.
Okay.
Okay? And you're not disabled. And you done had umpteen children. And now you upset because the government say, oh, no, boo, enough is enough. You've been on Section 8 since you was 25 years old. And you ain't been doing nothing with your life. Am I supposed to be feeling sorry for you? No, go get with your family. See what your family gonna do for you.
So obviously, if they're on Section 8, 9 times out of 10, they probably don't have a lot of dealings with their family, because if that was the case, they would already be living with their family and not be on this Section
So why
8.
haven't you been trying to better yourself?
Hold on, let me finish. My thing is, yes, there are some people who are abusing the system, and there are those
I'm talking about those.
Let me finish. There are those who are not. What you're not looking at is the ones that are not are caught up in this shuffle. You think we have an issue with homelessness now? You just wait till they make that move.
Right.
Where your family at? The ones that so-called
But
care about
everybody
you.
doesn't. Some people
don't have family.
Some people don't, and
Some people don't
not
get
even from
along
here.
with their family.
So my thing is this. Okay, and I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. So what have you been doing in the past 12 years then?
You know, Peaches, everybody is not as motivated as you. Some people deal with confidence. Some people don't even have their diploma. I'm not saying
Some
hold
people are
on.
just not bettering
Hold on.
themselves or don't want to. See,
I'm
let
not
me
gonna-
tell you something.
I'm not gonna
People
hold
don't
on.
want to face the whole reality of the
Peaches.
truth. Okay, well, go ahead. I'm going to be quiet now.
I'm-
I don't have pity parties. You
It's
do.
not a pity
and
party.
I don't attend them. You do.
It is not a pity party. What you don't understand is there are people that go through things in life, and it holds them back mentally. Mentally,
Like?
domestic violence,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
addiction,
Okay.
sexual abuse.
Okay.
They could have been in a foster home.
Okay.
They don't have the foundation to say, I have the willpower to go out there. Now, grant you, there are some that can go out there and get it done, and there are some who don't. I feel like there should be a transitional phase. Let these people, now that they know, guess what? I know I received government assistance when I was pregnant with my first child. I went to trade school, praise God, and that's the reason why I was able to carry on and have a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should have that same transition in place. Hey, if you're on Section 8, if you don't have your GED, you got a window to go get your GED, and you got a window to get your trade before next year.
Yeah.
A trade that will give them a stable job, not a job working at McDonald's or Jack in the Box, but a stable job. Because guess what? You're doing away with all these immigrants. Guess what? There are service jobs that need to be filled. So why not give them a trade so they can go and live on their own? Maybe transition from housing to affordable homes.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Like income-based apartments.
So you don't think we have that now? You don't think none of that has
Do
been
you
in
know how
place?
long? Do you know?
No. Answer the question. Has
No,
any
not-
of
no,
that-
not-
None of that is in place
not-
right now.
no.
None of that is in place right now. is what
Did I
you're
not just
saying.
have a conversation with you that you didn't even know existed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did.
But the information is out there. You knew it was out there.
I
She didn't. And you want to know why? Because she ain't researched it. If she wanted to know, she would have went out there and researched it. How you know?
You know,
How you know?
I know because
How do
I
you
know
know?
because when I worked for corporate, there was a guy who worked in IT, and he said, "Hey, when I got laid off, I was able to get my
And that
certification."
information was passed along to you, so you would know. Renee did not know the information until you passed it along to her. Had she wanted to know that information, Renee would have went out there.
But
and
just
researched
like
that
you can send out a
information.
notice about food stamp renewal, you can do. The government can do that too.
And they do.
Oh no, they don't.
Okay.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Just like when the whole Medicaid thing happened, when they didn't know that they supposed to recertify every month now. You know how I know? Because I'm in healthcare and they sent that information out, and they also sent it out.
That's the same
But
thing
let
you
me
do with
tell
food
you,
stamps.
no, let me tell you something. A lot of people don't read. You want to hide something from them? Put it in a book. You want to hide $1 million? Put it in a book. You want to know why? Because people don't read. Reading is fundamental. Anything you want to know, you need to get out there and research. So let's get back to the topic at
Peaches,
hand.
God forbid anything ever
I
happen
really,
to
if
you
it don't,
in a
babe, I'm gonna find
situation.
every resource that I
God
need to
forbid
find.
anything ever happen to you where you
go ahead.
ever feel like you have to rely on somebody that you are not in control of.
And let me tell you, I am going to pull myself up out of that. I'm not going to blame no disability. I'm not going to blame and say somebody else because that's people not holding themselves accountable. If you've been on welfare since you was 25 years old and you got umpteen kids paying $10 a month on rent and got your whole boyfriend living there with
I agree.
you,
No, but
selling
but
dope.
you're
because
generalizing again.
I'm
you
not
are
generalizing. I'm
you
talking
are.
about
Everybody doesn't live like that.
I didn't say everybody.
But you're
I did not
generalizing.
say
Generalizing
everybody.
that means everybody.
I did not. I say if you are a person. I didn't say everybody.
Well, we're not talking about those people.
Oh, we're not talking about them people. Those are people I'm talking about. So who you talking about?
I'm talking about the people who.
I ain't talking about them people.
Oh my God.
It's people. That's what I'm saying.
But
We on two different
everybody's going to be
platforms.
affected. Everybody's going to be affected.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be affected. You're absolutely right. Like I said, if you are elderly, I don't feel that it's right for them because these people are old. 9 times out of 10, they probably don't have family that can take care of them and they on Social Security, disability, and all that. Yes, I do feel like those people do need to be excluded. You got people that's 70, 80 years old that really can't fend for themselves. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that. What I am talking about is people that has been waiting. I know people that sit up and say, I can't wait till housing open so I can go apply for housing. But you're an able working body.
Well, hell, I mean, the waiting list is so long, it's backed up by 2 or 3
but
years.
you got some people that's actually waiting to get on housing.
Yeah. So
seriously, that's the people I'm talking about.
So let me ask you. So let's just say, for instance, because not every housing voucher is, they don't pay rent. They don't pay nothing toward rent. Because there are some people who pay a minimum rent, just like income-based apartments.
Exactly.
So what about those people who are paying, I don't know, let's just say they're paying $1,900 a month? Because
I don't think that's housing. I think that's income based.
No, it's not. Housing only pays a portion, so you pay
Okay.
another portion.
Right.
Okay.
And you talking about like the leasing person, they get the $1,900. Yes, because that's how they sign up. You a
and
landlord.
Everybody don't live for free. You pay a
Right.
certain amount. Okay. So what happens to that family, that mother who is working, who has a job, who has 4 kids, and she's living off this financial basis?
It's subsidy.
Right.
A grant.
What happens to her because she's able-bodied and she is working? What happens to her when she can't afford a 4-bedroom apartment that costs $2,300 or $2,800?
Aside the $1,800 that's already been paid for her. So the government is giving $1,800. And how much is she paying? So how much is the regular rent? Let's break it down like that.
So I knew somebody.
So let's break it down like that.
I knew somebody stayed in Jersey Village and she stayed in a house. The house is probably like $2,500.
Okay. And then what is the government giving?
Well, she paid $1,200 a month.
So she's paying $1,200.
Yes.
What is the government paying? Because the government ain't paying no extra $1,200 for no damn house.
Yeah, they do.
So you trying to tell me that house is $2,500? Then she need to downsize.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding my question. You're not understanding my question.
She needs to downsize.
Listen
I answered your question.
But rent is high. If she went and got an apartment, she would probably still be paying the same amount because rent is
she'd be
high.
paying more.
Rent is high.
She would be paying more. She would be
y'all
paying.
need to check what
She
the rent
wouldn't.
is.
She wouldn't be paying $1,200.
Right.
She would be
She'd be
paying
paying
more,
more.
and she couldn't afford it because her basis is $1,200.
Right. Rent is high. If she was to downsize and go get a 2-bedroom apartment, that rent would still probably be $1,200.
The minimum amount for a 2-bedroom in a pretty decent area is like $2,100.
Yeah. Rent is $2,000 in a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom. Market rent.
I'm just gonna be quiet because I know what it is, and I know when I was looking for an apartment in the medical center, I know how much that apartment was.
How much was it?
It was $2,500.
And it was a 1
for
bedroom.
1 bedroom.
And that's in
in
the
medical center.
Yes.
Now outside the medical center, if I was looking for something, may not be in the best of the suburbs or what the hell you want to call it, but you have to learn to live within your means. Is what I'm trying to say.
And
You
everybody,
just can't. If you have to,
everybody
But the point is,
everybody wants to have their
you
kids
want to
safe
live
where they
by
live
the
at.
Joneses. Yeah, I know.
No,
it has
that is
nothing to
not
do
the-
with living, trying
Like
to keep
the
up with the Joneses.
Yeah, it is.
If a person is
Because I've seen
working,
some people
If a
that are
person
on
is
housing and
working-
driving Benzes. Let's
So
talk
what?
about them.
so what?
Well, that's why I said there
Let's
could
talk
not.
about it. No,
Hold on.
No, I want to talk about them type of people.
I know. Listen.
Let's
so
talk
that's what I'm
about
saying.
it.
There
See,
can't-
y'all want to touch
no,
that.
hold on.
What
This is-
about 'em?
Hold on. This is why I say there's no checks and balances because my mom gets government assistance and they know how much is in her checking account. They know how many cars she has.
They
So,
checking.
so if they were checking and this person owns a Mercedes, they would have picked it up because they consider that an asset.
Right.
So
what-
somebody's not
but-
doing their checks and balances.
But wait a minute, that Mercedes could have been used. It could have been paid for, and she
It
got a
doesn't
good
matter. They
deal.
consider it a commodity.
But still, what I'm saying
You ain't
is
gotta
that
report
person
it
may
either,
not be
'cause it may
paying
not be
a
in your
payment on
name.
it.
It
They
may not be in
paying
your
a payment
name.
on it.
It may not be in your name.
But okay, the way the government is
just
set
be
up right now
quiet.
is they pull your income tax statement.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to pull your bank statement.
Okay.
They're able to pull any titles, any cars that are in your name.
Mm-hmm.
They're tied to all
They're
of that.
connecting everything. They're
Right.
looking at everything.
So what I'm asking her is if that person did have a Mercedes,
It ain't in their name.
if they were doing checks and balances,
They would see
they would have
already.
seen that already.
It's not in their name.
it could be.
So why not pull
Girl,
the people?
Stop. I had a whole. I don't want to put nobody business out there, but if you know, you know, right, Nita? Most people that you deal with, everything is in their woman name or everything is in your mama name.
To my understanding, your man can't even live in a house if you on housing.
Exactly, but they do. So let's just.
But
keep
that's
it
why I
real.
said they're not doing
There's
checks and
loops.
balances.
Exactly. There's loops and all that kind of stuff. I can own a Mercedes. It can be in Nita name. Right, Nita?
You could.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
But who gonna risk them doing That's a financial liability.
Yeah, but it also raises your credit score. You know I'm a pay it because I got the money to pay it. I just speak reality.
I don't know. I don't live like that, so I don't know.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah, I don't get stuff put in other people's
Exactly.
names.
I'm not. Ain't nobody gonna
Exactly.
put a car in that I want in their name because they don't want their financial responsibility.
Well, some people don't give a damn.
Yeah, that's true.
And they give you some little kickbacks on the end.
But
I don't know nothing about none of that.
feel bad because there are people that are caught in between that are going to have to suffer the consequences. My thing is make a transitional plan. You got all these abandoned apartments.
True.
Make a transitional plan. If they don't have a GED, let them know now. These are the resources that you have. Go get it now. And then once you do this, go get a trade. So you have 9 months to go get all this done. If you really want to set yourself in a good position, go do these things. You're not doing this. All you're doing is setting a notification of, hey, you got until such and such to figure out what you're going to do.
Yeah.
If they don't know, they don't know.
So let's talk about your traditional plan and all that kind of stuff. You got 9 months, and the ones that don't do it in 9 months, now what happens?
Man, they're going to be homeless, dude.
Okay, so what happens?
They're gonna be in the street. They can't even go to the shelter because right now
so
the
they made
shelters
a
are full.
choice. So they made a choice, even though the government gave them this
Yes,
whole
they made a choice.
transitional plan.
If that's what the government is doing. If
That's not what they're doing, I don't think.
Well,
Yeah,
let's say
from
if it was a fifth.
Well, and let me just insert this real quick. From my understanding, the Section 8 housing program is going to be, if you're a newbie and you're signing up now and you just got on
You
on,
have
on
2
Section 8,
years.
you have 2 years to get your stuff together. If after those 2 years, then you phase out. But the ones who have been on it, where they've passed the apartments down to their to the generation to generation,
okay, you shouldn't be able to do that anyway.
they're going to stay on it. From my understanding, they
Oh,
stay,
I don't know. I didn't read. I didn't read the full thing.
How can you pass it down to?
Because
If they lived with you,
yeah, you can pass your Section 8 down. From my understanding, you
Really?
can pass
I think so.
You can pass it down.
I think so.
the
That
voucher.
shouldn't be that. No, that shouldn't.
I mean, but it has been done though. But what I'm saying, the ones who have been on Section 8 before Trump's rule, before his ruling, the ones who have been on it, they're going to remain on it. I don't know if they're going to get minimized, but what their vouchers pay out, I don't know if it'll be minimized, but they'll remain on it. Only the newbies who are coming on to the housing program, the Section 8 Housing Voucher Program, only the newbies will get phased out in 2 years. That's
No,
but
the people that's already
They
on
said
it, they're
they said they're gonna cut them off. If
They
they've been
did?
on it,
Yeah,
they
they're
did. They
gonna
said
cut
they're
'em off
on it.
too.
If they've been on it for 2 years, they're gonna cut them off.
Yeah.
so even the ones that have been on it for generations.
Yes,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
going to cut them
Oh,
off.
yeah,
If
they
you've been
ain't
on,
cutting it all
you
off.
cannot be on
Misunderstood
housing no
then.
more
I
than
must
2
have-
No
years.
more than 2 years.
Period. No
Period.
matter
Yeah.
if you.
I don't know about the elderly, but I do know for two.
Yeah,
You got
'cause
2
my
years.
thing is, what about the elderly? What about the disabled? What about the veterans? I mean,
Exactly.
really?
They don't care about the
Those are
veterans.
people that I care about.
That's why there's so
Shit.
many
So,
homeless
you know what I'm
veterans.
saying?
They
That's
don't
what
care
I'm
about
saying.
veterans.
When I am speaking of these ones that I know, when I was even in high school, these chicks was applying for Section 8 when they was like 19, 20 years old. And it was like the thing to do. So they ain't got to work since I ain't got to pay no rent. It's all of that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the people that are disabled.
Well, let me
and
ask you
can't
something.
depend for themselves. I'm talking about these long-term survivors.
Yeah.
So let me ask you something. What do you think is the age of cutoff for employment? Like for people transitioning, let's just say they lived in housing and they're like 48 years old and they got to get off of housing. What is the likelihood of them going out there getting a job that pays them $35 an hour?
They're not. Probably. They're
Because
probably
they ain't got no
not.
skills.
But not just that, age is a factor.
In
It
getting
is.
jobs.
It's a major factor.
I don't
It
think,
is.
I
You're
don't think
absolutely
they're
right.
going
It
to
is.
do away with the seniors and the
That,
disabled people.
no, wait,
housing.
48 is not a senior. You got to
Well,
be
no, I know that,
55
but
years
No,
old.
I'm just saying, speaking in general
Mhm.
term.
Mhm.
I don't think they're going to do away with the disabled and the senior.
No, I
But
hope they
again,
wouldn't.
You
but
would
again,
hope
but
they wouldn't.
no, but again, if you're 48 years old and you have been on housing for
Since
more
you
than
was
2 years,
25,
Since you was how old?
25.
Since you say for more than 2 years.
more
Oh,
than
from
2
what-
years,
uh-huh.
and you have to transition off, what is the likelihood of that person going to get a job paying them $35
You're
an hour?
not. Go to McDonald's and Burger King and all
But you
that.
can't
Work you
live
3
off of that.
jobs. Well, go work 3
You
jobs.
can't live off
And
of
now,
that.
'Cause
hold
now
on,
reality
hold on.
has
So
hit you.
let's think about this. Let's really think about this. So now you have an influx of people who are seeking employment.
Mhm.
So what happens when you have an influx of people seeking one job?
Right.
Why wasn't that influx happening
saturated.
years ago? Why wasn't you looking for a job to position yourself
I
years ago?
understand that.
You want to know why? Because you was depending on the government to take care of you for the rest of your life. Sorry, not sorry, and I don't attend pity parties.
So let me ask you this, Peaches. Do you agree with Section 8 Housing Voucher Program? Do you agree with it being a stepping stone
Absolutely.
to better
Yes.
and not a crutch?
Yes.
It's nothing wrong with it being a
Yes.
stepping stone. Everybody is not sitting around
Absolutely.
just waiting on
I
the,
wish
just
my
wanting
niece
the
can get
government
goddamn
to
housing.
take care of them.
I
Well,
wish
y'all
my
know,
niece
That's not
did it.
everybody.
y'all know they did
I
away
wish
with
my
Habitat
niece-
for Humanity.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know they
did they?
did that. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
now the average person, in order for them to even be able to qualify, even for a house that's like, let's just say a minimum of $118,000, you're gonna have to make at least $40 an hour in order to qualify, and you can't be in debt.
Hell, I wish they had that when I bought my house.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
yeah. I'm just saying.
you can't even find a good house for $118,000.
No, they not out there.
No.
And it's crazy because I feel so sorry for like the kid, the generation like my daughter and my son,
I do
because
too.
they feel like we've bought up all the property and now homes are just ridiculously high
They
for
are.
them.
Well, here's the thing, because
Yeah.
they're only looking at Texas.
Yeah. There's other
Okay.
places like South
There-
Carolina.
yeah, South Carolina,
Detroit. Yeah, Detroit. There are
Cincinnati,
other places.
there are
but
other
I
people,
will
yeah.
say Texas is a great place, when it
Yeah.
comes to,
And
home ownership.
here's the thing,
Yeah.
they're looking at inner city.
Yeah.
They're not looking at rural.
Mhm.
Rural, yeah.
So if
that's
they,
true.
you know what I mean? If Texas is really big,
Mhm.
and it's those spots in between it. They're only looking at the
Yeah.
metropolitan areas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of looking in places like
Because
Fulshire,
believe it or
Livingston,
not,
and all that.
you can get a 5-bedroom house in San Antonio for $235,000.
Absolutely. Even here. You can, even here.
Yeah.
You really can.
Yeah, you can get in
You
Waller.
can find one that's
Waller,
foreclosed,
yeah,
and you can get a
yeah.
5,
But
6
to
hundred.
me, they're making these homes so confined and closed in. They're not spacious.
That's why you get an older home.
No. Well, did you?
Yeah.
No. Hold on.
Get an
You
older
do know that if you buy your property and build your house on there,
Absolutely.
it's
It's
much
cheaper. It's way
cheaper than if you
cheaper.
buy it in a
Yeah,
subdivision.
Yeah, that's
a homeowner
that's
costs about
probably
50 grand to
probably the
build.
way to go.
Yeah.
It
Buy
is
your
the way to
land
go.
and
Buy the
build
land
on
and
it.
build
But
the house.
Yeah.
I heard it's a lot that goes into that.
Well,
No,
just-
that's not true. That's not true.
You have to have a septic tank.
Yeah, well,
No, that's not true. Depending on
You
where you
have to have a septic tank.
depending on where you live at.
Yeah.
In Acres Home, my cousin got
Okay,
a
Acres
my
Home,
husband.
I see 'em
yeah,
building and
Yeah.
they don't
my
think they
cousin
have no
got
septic
a
tank.
3-car garage house, 5-bedroom
In Acres Home?
in Acres Home on the
Yeah.
corner
It's
of
a lot of
Malbo
homes
and
built up in
Mansfield.
Acres Home.
I'm talking about like in Hockley, Texas, and all
Yeah,
that.
Hockley
You
and all
know,
that.
you have to have
Yeah.
a septic
In the
tank and all
country.
that in the country. Yeah.
living.
Yeah.
But I'm, you know, and I know we probably get a lot of, you know, people probably gonna talk
Right now,
bad
59
about me.
is booming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
59 is the place to be. 59 is a new Acres Home.
Okay.
it is
okay.
booming because we had been looking out there before. Yeah, but we had been
Wow.
looking out there.
Yeah.
And it's big, but they're looking at the inner city.
Yeah.
Why you think so many people live in Rosharon
Oh yeah, it's
abs-
way cheap out
yeah.
there.
and Rosenberg?
Yeah, I had a
So-
girlfriend who moved to Manville, Texas.
Manville
and
is
her home,
very
Okay,
cheap.
yeah.
her home
Yeah.
is
It's just far
huge
out.
and gorgeous.
It's
Yeah.
far
But
out
that
though.
drive, a lot of people don't want to
Manville,
take that
Texas.
drive.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't want to move that far
Right.
out and then have to drive back into the city.
Mhm.
Well,
To work.
I think she works remote, so she's good.
That okay,
Yeah,
it makes
she
a
works
difference.
See what
remote,
I'm saying?
so she's good.
But
yeah.
getting back to
We-
the
and we-
topic at hand.
We have to get away from comfort zone.
Well, that's why I say if you're losing
Peaches-
out, you got to get away from the comfort zone,
Pe-
just like you just said.
Peaches.
That's just what you just said. You got to get out the comfort zone. So if you're on housing, you've been on housing since you was 25 years old, and now you're 48. It's time. Sorry,
Peaches.
So,
not
Peaches, it's
sorry.
safe to say you agree with what
I
with
absolutely
Trump's
do
ruling.
because you need to move these people out so other people can move in. Because you have other people that need the help, that generally need the help. What if you have a 16-year-old girl that been pregnant, ain't got nowhere to go? She out there on her ass. She needs to be able to get into a position where she can better herself and, like you said, have the
Well,
resources.
there's a school. There are schools. That's what.
Have the resources to where you're providing to this person to where they can go out and find those jobs,
There
where they
are
can go out and get
schools.
those education. I understand what you're saying, but some people at 16 drop out and ain't got time for school because school ain't for everybody.
But hold on.
Let me just say that.
there
School
are-
is
there are
not for
schools-
everybody.
Hold on. There are, but you need it. You
Man,
need.
let me tell you something,
You,
Mee Mee.
you need
Everybody
school to be able
don't
to really.
need school. They have trade schools. Everybody ain't trying to
I
graduate.
didn't say college. I said
That's
school.
what I'm saying. You have a trade school. Maybe go take up a trade. Maybe
I
learn
didn't
how to
say.
do
I
hair.
didn't
Maybe
say
learn how to do
college. I
makeup.
said school.
School.
I actually did a backpack drive at a school that's strictly
Just
for pregnant
general
women.
education is what she's talking about.
Just no. At this school, you can take cosmetology. They cater
That's
to
what
women
I'm
who are
talking
pregnant.
about,
Okay.
Mee Mee. That is what I'm talking
But
about.
I didn't say college, boo. I
That's,
said
I didn't say
school.
college. I said a trade school.
They offer trade
Because
school at the school.
when I say school, I'm talking about college, high school. That ain't for everybody, man. Everybody
not.
can't deal with that.
And no, it's
You
not.
know what I'm
It's
saying?
not.
Go get your CDL.
Now,
You know
here's
what I'm saying? Because some women
I
go get their
agree.
CDL.
I agree.
A lot of women
You
when
know
they
what
got
I'm
their
saying? But
CDL.
I can understand. That's why I say I agree with you saying. Have a plan in place so that they can transition. But what I'm talking about are the people that are just on it, just to be on it.
No, I can agree with you
now
on
we're
that.
talking about the tenants on Section 8, but what about the income that the landlords rely on
Hey.
from the tenants?
They're gonna lose that.
Exactly.
No, they're
And
not,
what
because
about the
they're gonna be
disabled-
recycling.
and
No,
what
they're
about
not. They're trying to end it all together. They're
Yeah.
not gonna recycle.
They're not ending it all together, Renee. What they're saying is that you only
They're-
got 2 years to be on it. It's a recycle thing.
It's a
They're not.
recycle.
It's
they're-
a
they're
recycle.
not gonna-
There's no way you can lose. Now, if I was a person that owned property, I would go build me an apartment complex. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And have it set up just for that.
Mhm.
And have a 2-year agreement with those tenants.
Mhm,
Now that
mhm.
make good business sense, right? I know I'm gonna get $1,800 every month from
Mhm.
this person for the next 2 years. To me,
Yeah, because
that
a lot of
make
those
business
people own their
sense.
homes and they're getting
There you
vouchers.
go.
Yeah.
Okay.
that's all I'm saying. That's what I would do.
I just
So it's
again,
okay
I'm
for a low income family to be on Section 8, just not too long.
I mean, come on, man. You
just
ain't came up
saying.
with a plan. You want to depend on somebody to give you something.
Sometimes
Let me
people
tell you
get
something.
stagnant in life.
Whether
it be
I mean, I do agree with you
I
as
would
far as
tell
accountability
people,
is
let me tell you
concerned.
something. Despise the free lunch, okay? Because when it comes to free lunch, there's always strings attached. And that's a jewel. Put it in your back pocket. Despise the free lunch. Don't never let nobody just give you something for free or discount something, because there's always strings attached, i.e. right now. Now you've been on housing for over 12 years and they want to snatch the rug from up under your
Well, I
goddamn
mean,
feet.
my mom is 76 years old and she got 4 minors that she has to take care of. So free lunch is helping her out a great deal.
Mm-hmm. So you don't,
Despise
it's
the
safe
free
to say
lunch.
you don't despise your free lunch.
Let me tell you something. Yeah,
Because you know what?
I don't take nothing for free.
You know what? She could not. She on between her SSI and her disability, she only gets $694 a month.
And that's for your mama. But you
But-
say she give it away to
No-
her grandchildren,
No,
right?
she don't, Mama. She's taking care of 4 kids.
With that $600?
She's living with me. So
Why, that's
basically,
not for her.
no,
that's for her.
no, it's
But
not.
she give it to you
No,
so that she can help,
No,
right?
it's not for her.
But-
She has to use that money because guess what? She need personal hygiene,
Exactly.
personal things.
Mm-hmm.
There are clothes.
Exactly.
She has to take.
That's
she don't,
for her.
She don't. It's not for her. It's for the family, and she stretches that money. Because if she didn't live with me, I don't know how my mother would make it.
And
Right.
you take care of your mama.
I do. I take
Ain't
care of them kids
nothing
too.
wrong with that.
And I take
So
care of
let
them
me
kids
tell you
too.
something. I'm not talking about that, Mee Mee.
But I'm
Because
saying, you said
that's
that you
your
said
mom.
don't. No, but you say don't take nothing for free. But if it wasn't there, she would struggle.
You missing the whole point.
No, Peaches, you need to understand there are people.
So let me help you understand what I am saying.
Okay, what you saying?
Let me tell you what I am saying.
Okay.
If you've been on housing, I'm gonna repeat it again. And I know
No,
y'all
I heard.
probably like,
we heard that
yeah,
part already.
okay,
We heard that part
okay.
already.
That's a free lunch that the government is giving you.
Oh, you're using that analogy.
I'm using that as
Oh,
analogy.
okay,
What your mom gets, like if your mama was on housing, all she was getting was $600 a month, I would be upset if they would snatch her housing away from her because that's all she has.
Yeah.
You are a different case. You taking care of your mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Take care of
And ain't
mine.
nothing wrong with that,
Yeah,
baby,
I'm gonna
because that's
take
what
care
you're
of-
supposed to
I'm
do.
gonna take care of
So these
mine.
people that are on housing, where they families at? The ones that are elderly.
Everybody
And they
don't
can't
have
take care-
family. Peaches.
That's why I'm saying those type of people, I understand. You know what I'm saying? But if you 25 and going on 48 and you so-called don't have family, I'm also questioning why you don't have family. Like, what have you done to burn those bridges with your family?
Probably
That's something
toxicity.
else that you need to take into account.
Maybe
That's
they
something
did-
else because let
maybe
me
they did
just
burn
say this,
bridges.
and I'm gonna say this right on here. My sister, and she probably watching this show, she already know you can't come back and live with me. And she understand why. She understand why. Because that's a bridge that she done blew up.
But everybody,
Not burnt,
everybody
blew
isn't
up,
burning
but
bridges.
So had my
Everybody isn't
sister not
burning
blew up that
bridges.
bridge, let me tell you something, Renee. My sister come back and stay with me any day and time. And excuse me, I mean say, that word. You know.
You done said it all.
But I already
Keep
said
on
it.
going.
But understand where I'm coming from. A lot of people can't go back to their families because they have burnt bridges. They have burnt those
And
bridges to where you cannot go back.
So do you not have any compassion at all?
I have not. I don't attend pity parties.
Do you do any community service?
No,
work?
I do not.
Do you give back?
I sure
do. You have
do.
a charity that you contribute
I don't
to?
have a charity, but let me tell you something. If you ever need something, and if you ever need something, and if anybody out there I would give it to you.
Would you be
I sure
interested
will.
in coming doing some community service?
Absolutely, if you ask me.
Oh,
I sure
say
will.
less. Say less.
I sure will.
Say less.
But as far as me volunteering, no.
Wait, that means volunteering if you're gonna do some community service.
If you ask me, I'm talking about me on my
Oh,
own.
don't worry. I'm gonna
Me
invite you.
on
Don't
my
worry.
own.
Yeah.
But even if you ask me to come to church, if you be like, Peaches, can you come to church?
Don't
with me?
worry. I got
would
a
say yes.
domestic
If
violence
you would
event
ask
coming
me
up.
to come to church, I will. That's how I am. If
Yeah.
somebody asks me to do something, I will.
I'm gonna ask you. You shouldn't have said that.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna ask
Yeah,
you.
absolutely. And
Yeah.
if I make a commitment to it, I am going to
Yeah.
do it. But as far as me just being that person,
I
I would
think-
absolutely tell you no, and that's not being fake.
Yeah.
I'm being real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think when you are in the midst of things and you hear things, you have a different perception on things because I know I agree with you wholeheartedly about the people who are abusing the system,
Right.
but it's the people who are not. And when you hear their stories,
Because everybody's
or
been
you see the
affected.
situations, a part of you is just like, damn, like what can I do?
Well, let them
What-
move in with you.
No, because what I do is
Why they can't move in with you?
I talk about the resources that they have.
Mhm.
Then that lets me know if they really want to get better, like you said, they'll go and they'll reach out to me and they'll ask, hey, Mee Mee, we talked about those resources. Help me figure
That's
it out.
all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You have some people that just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're going to suffer.
Yeah.
No. You don't want them to suffer.
No,
don't you got a
that
couch
is-
they can sleep on?
that's not what I said. I
Right.
said it's the other people.
Yeah, I'm not.
And
I'm not
and you know,
doing
most
that.
importantly, this is the saddest part, is I'm thinking about the kids.
Mhm.
Because you're right, the parents are responsible,
Mhm.
but the kids can't control what their parents do.
Absolutely,
And
they
they are the
cannot.
ones who get lost in the
That's
shuffle.
right.
So when you driving down the
Mhm.
street and you seeing kids sleeping in the basket because they have no home,
Yeah.
that shit's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Except for the ones that I see every goddamn weekend with their parents that selling motherfucking roses on the side of the road. Now, I don't have no compassion for that. I'm sorry. And if y'all sit up and say y'all ain't never seen it, y'all a damn lie.
No, I didn't say
Because I
that.
know a woman that sits right there on 290 and she got that baby out there and it be hot as hell selling goddamn flowers.
Well, she probably don't have child care.
Girl, stop.
And she probably
Girl,
trying to make
whatever.
a living.
Child,
She
that,
trying to do
she
whatever
probably
she
get in
gotta
a
do.
Cadillac and
Fiji,
drive
she
on
probably
out.
doing whatever she
college
gotta
degree?
do.
I sure do, 2 of them.
My God.
I don't have pity
And
parties.
She want him to go work. This lady going to work, she have to take her child with her. It may be hot, but she have to take her child with her.
I said this same woman that I seen on 290 sitting out there.
But this is why
Okay, I'm
I'm
just
gonna
gonna be
invite I'm gonna
quiet.
invite her to community service.
Please do.
So she could see and hear these stories from these people.
Mhm.
Baby, everybody got a story.
No. It's different when you see it.
Okay.
My God.
Especially when
You
you're
want better, you
and
do better.
Look, especially when you've toured a domestic violence covenant area
Mhm.
where they have an inside
Mhm.
daycare and these women are protected because they're in fear for their life.
Right.
And they cannot come out of this covenant
Mhm.
because they're afraid that something's going to happen to them and their children. And
Mhm.
it's so secluded that nobody can even know. We had to ask permission to go in and see the facility.
Mm.
It's different when you talk to these people and you go and you see the expressions on their face or you have conversations and you understand that no matter what you tell these people, they are in fear because they had to live in fear. And or if they were drug addicts and they struggle with that day in, day out. You're right, it's a choice. It's a decision that they made. But what comes after that, the kids that are falling behind that, you can't help but have compassion for the kids because they are lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
True.
And
And
we're not disagreeing that able-bodied people need to have a plan of action to move out of it. We're not disagreeing with that.
what you're describing is somebody that was living with a man and wasn't on Section 8.
How do you
We're
know
talking
that?
about Section 8.
How do you know that?
We're talking
How,
about
but
Section 8.
how do you know that?
We're
Because
talking.
you said that men live. You said there are
men live with them.
you-
Why is that man even living with you?
But I'm just saying.
Why is this man living with you
I'm
when
just
you on
saying,
Section 8?
you
Why
can-
this man isn't providing you a place to stay? Why is he living with you on Section 8 for free?
So basically, in
let's
other words,
talk about that.
so basically-
I want to talk about that.
No, hold on.
Mm-mm.
So
wanna
basically, you're
talk about
saying
that.
you ain't got no room for nothing if that's your
This
lifestyle.
Section 8 is for you and your children.
Mhm.
Is it not?
Yes,
Mhm.
Can we agree upon that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why is that man now?
I agree. But we're not saying we don't agree with you.
Right.
So why is he beating your ass and you on Section 8?
Oh my God. That sounds personal. Are you speaking from personal knowledge
How
of
is that
people?
sounding personal?
Because that's not happening to everybody.
But she just talked about women that are in homes that can't have nowhere to go.
But these
because they
women,
been in abusive
move from the shelter
homes.
to Section 8.
I'm not okay. Let me just be quiet because I thought we was talking about women.
We
that's on
are.
Section
But
8
I'm just
that's
saying.
being kicked out. Now you bringing in that factor. So we bring in that factor. That means that woman was living with that man.
No, what I
and
was
he
talking
being
talking
abusive.
about.
I'm trying to keep
What
it on
I was
subject.
talking about was community service and the stories that you hear. That's what I look.
Oh, I thought
that's
we
what
talking about. I thought the topic was about.
All
Section
right,
8.
that's about all the time we have tonight.
'Cause we got totally off
yeah,
topic.
that's
My
about all the time
God.
we have tonight. But before we
Peaches.
close out,
What?
I want to ask each
What do you
lady
want me to say?
their
No, I
closing
don't feel
takeaway.
sorry.
Renee,
I'm a
what's your
woman that's been on
closing
Section
takeaway
8 for
about
years and
Section
years
8?
and ain't trying to do
I'm
nothing with
not
her life.
saying
And got a
that.
whole man
What's your
living with her.
closing?
No, I
What's your
don't.
closing statement, Renee,
Mm.
for the Section 8?
If you're able-bodied, start working on your transition now. You know it's going to happen. They're about to pull the rug from up under you.
Mm-hmm.
Start now with trying to transition so that when it happens, you're not left out in the cold.
And
I
don't
like
ask
that,
me
Renee.
because
Absolutely.
I'm
okay,
no.
Mee Mee, what's your takeaway? Closing
I will agree with Renee, and
Yep.
I also understand what Peaches is saying. You have social media, use it to the best of your ability. If you think it's not going to happen, it's going to happen.
Yep.
you can stand on that.
That's right.
Ask questions. If you don't ask questions, you will never get an answer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Peaches, I gotta ask. No, Peaches, come on. What's your
No.
closing takeaway,
I
Peaches?
think Renee and Mee Mee summed it up for me.
Okay.
Like straight up, I really, really, really do.
Okay.
You need to come up with your transitional plan.
Mhm.
Do not depend on the government. And I will say it again, baby.
I agree
Despise
with
the
you.
free lunch. Please do. Please
Okay.
do.
And for me, here's the thing. I truly believe Section 8 is not a perfect design,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm a softie, and I truly believe it's a lifeline for millions of people.
Mm-hmm.
And if you need it, don't be afraid to ask for it and go receive it.
That's right.
I mean, that's just
And have an exit plan.
Yeah,
have an
but
exit
yeah,
plan.
definitely have an
Have
exit.
a
Don't make
plan.
it. Don't make it a
lifestyle.
permanent
Yeah.
lifestyle. crutch.
And don't
Yeah.
be afraid if you don't have your GED. Don't be afraid that you're too old to go get it.
Right.
And trust me, there's a skill set and a trade for you, regardless if you think it's not. There is one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Don't be afraid to take the leap. You will
Absolutely.
be
For
surprised
sure.
at what you
My
have the capability of doing.
And we want to ask our viewers, what is your takeaway from tonight's topic about the Trump's ending of Section 8? I mean, you may have family members that may be impacted once all this falls through. You may have a family member that's going to be impacted. It may be you. I mean, just drop in the comments what your takeaway is.
What your thoughts are.
What your thoughts are for the ending of Trump's ending of Section 8. Once again, we thank you guys for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. And that's pretty much it. Thank
Yeah.
you guys. Have a great evening. See you next time.
Peace.
Bye-bye.